Now you get to be in her kitchen for a little while. Thank you, Bonnie. Take it away.
Okay, well, we are pulling this out of the microwave and we are making macaroni and cheese. And believe it or not, you cook the macaroni and cheese in the pressure cooker. It only takes 10 minutes for the first part of this. So we're just going to let that decompress. And, you can tell by how much we all love our cooking products because we've all talked about them tonight. The multi-cooker is definitely the most used thing in my kitchen. The pressure cooker is second easily. Absolutely love this, that you can do all those crock pot meals in 30 minutes or less. So it's kind of like your crock pot on speed. But we love that. So what I did to start was I put my 2.5 cups of macaroni in the pressure cooker with a 1/3 cup of melted butter, which I melted in our Micro Pro pitcher set here. So I melted my butter first. I put that in the pressure cooker with the macaroni, 2 cups of chicken broth, a 1/3 cup of milk, and you can add your salt and pepper in there and put it in for 10 minutes. And as you can see, we have our little indicator guy here. He's still standing at attention, which means it's hot. Don't mess with it. It's still decompressing. So while that is going on, we are going to shred the cheese for our mac and cheese tonight. And I love the kitchen shears. I don't know about you guys, but I use my kitchen shears literally every single time I cook. I use it for opening packages. I use it for cutting up raw meat. I use it for cutting the fat off the roast and then chunking it up before I put it in my pressure cooker. Did you know you can put roast potatoes and carrots in your pressure cooker and have it done in 30 minutes? 30 minutes. That's right. And instead of having your crock pot that you hopefully remember to turn on, has anybody ever got your crock pot all set in the morning and forgot to turn it on and you went off to do whatever you had going on, whether you're going to your job away from home or running your errands or whatnot, and you walk in the door and you don't smell anything? Yeah, sometimes that happens. So don't ask me how I know. So you can do all those meals in your pressure cooker, in the microwave, get it all ready, pop it in there. Then you can go through the mail, you can talk to the kids, you can answer a phone call, do whatever you need to do, all while that is happening. Cooking right there as you are doing everything else you need to do, right? So we're going to shred up our cheese with our master shredder. And this is one of our pre-Black Friday sales, in case you didn't know. And once you have the base, you can use our master grater. We have a meat grinder, Fusion Master. We have a spiralizer. Sometimes we have a juicer. You never know what kind of fun attachments Tupperware is going to come out with next. And this one comes with 2 of the grater cones. This is the larger, and that's the one that I like to use. Now, if I'm doing like some fancy cheese shredding, then I might get the fine one out. But I use this guy so much. You can grind your coffee beans with this. If you like to do your own coffee beans, you can use the Grater Master for that. You can use this for all your potatoes. For those of you who sometimes have an abundance of zucchini or you just love fresh zucchini, you can shred your zucchini for your breads and your desserts and your main dishes. There's a slicer cone, so you can actually slice that up for you, or you can slice your potatoes. You can do your hash browns. There's so many things you can do with this. It is fantastic. My husband's favorite cake is carrot cake. So, of course, you have to make that good, fresh from scratch carrot cake. And so I always grate my fresh carrots in here as well. So we're just going to use this. We have our little plunger that's going to shred our cheese up for us. And did you know you shouldn't touch your cheese with your hands because it adds that bacteria and it makes it go bad faster? So I learned that in Tupperware. There's so many things, and I'm going to pull this up a little bit here because I got that one little piece that's left. And, at the end, you're allowed to eat that last piece that sometimes doesn't shred all the way up, right? Everybody say yes. Let's hear it. So we're just going to shred this up here. And, this works perfectly with our whip and mix base. Fits perfectly under there. Got a little bit of cheese. Sometimes the cheddar kind of sticks a little bit in there. But the other cheeses, like the pepper jack and the Monterey Jack, a lot of times that never sticks. But that one, for some reason, always gets a little bit sticky in there. So take this off and then it sticks to your cabinet. I don't think I mentioned that. It suctions to your countertop, so it's not moving, doesn't go anywhere, which is really, really great. So we're gonna just slide this out of the way, and you'll think of lots of uses for this guy right here. And we have our cheese, and look how much cheese, 8-ounce bar of cheese, and we have our measurements. There's so many measurements on here, you don't even know all the measurements that you have here. So it's almost 4 cups of cheese when you shred it yourself, and that freshly shredded cheese, it tastes so much better. Oh my goodness. We have some friends that we do a lot with in the summertime and boating and things like that, and they buy the pre-shredded bagged cheese, and I'm like, no, stop. So now before we all go on our trips, we buy the bar cheeses and they say, Bonnie, will you shred it for us? And I shred all the cheese, I freeze it, it's ready to go for houseboat week, because I seriously cannot have that bagged cheese anymore. It's yucky. And somebody brought some for our Labor Day weekend. And do you know that that cheese, I got sent home, it came home with me because I had refrigerator space to come home. But this is the beginning of November, and that cheese was still good from the beginning of September. So think about all the preservatives that are on there, because when you have your fresh cheese, then you don't have to worry about that lasting quite so long, which is good and bad. But you shred it, you can throw it into the freezer or the refrigerator. And once you pull this out, if you were going to put this in the freezer, you can actually put a little cornstarch in there. And then when you pull it out of the freezer, it won't be sticky at all. So just a little tip for you. So here's our macaroni all cooked up here. We have a little bit of our chicken broth left. And I tell you what, I'm so thankful for Tupperware because it has taught me so many things. I don't know about you guys, but some of you on here might say, well, you know what? I use my microwave for reheating leftovers. I use my microwave for heating up water. I don't really cook in my microwave. Since I joined Tupperware, oh my gosh, I cook in my microwave all the time. The multi-cooker is used probably 3 times a week easily in our house. And I just use it for everything from, my goodness, we use it for all of our vegetables, whether they're fresh or even a bag of frozen vegetables. You can just do so many things in that multi-cooker. The best way to make meatloaf is to make your meatloaf up, mix it in your whipping mix, put it your little mini meatloaves, put it in your multi-cooker, and all the grease drains into the bottom, and in the top level, you can actually do your fresh broccoli or some sliced potatoes. So many things you can do with it. But I also use my pressure cooker here quite often. I love to make chicken and noodles. It's such a fast and easy meal. Do you sometimes need to make your meal and yet you didn't plan ahead and the chicken's frozen, the hamburger's frozen, and that, you know, all your meat is all frozen? Does that ever happen to anybody else? Because that happens to me. So I love that I can come home, I can throw a couple frozen chicken breasts in here, throw my noodles, throw my chicken broth, throw it in the microwave, and even with frozen chicken breasts, in 25 minutes, my chicken and noodles is done. I can pull it out, I can chunk up my chicken, put it in here with my whipping mix, shred the chicken, throw it back in, and we're ready to go. Chicken and noodles. So fast, so easy. There's just a ton of recipes. The one pot pasta is amazing in the pressure cooker. So I'm just stirring this up right here. And so I added my cheese. I added not quite the full cup of milk, about 2/3 cup of milk. And there it is, all nice and creamy. And if it wasn't all the way melted, you could put that right back in there. It's a little liquidy. I put a little bit too much milk in there, but once you let it sit, put that cover back on there and just let that cheese get all nice and melty, it is ready to go. Mac and cheese in less than a half an hour, start to finish. I didn't have to strain anything, none of that boiling water like Angela talked about, steaming up the kitchen. Didn't have to wait for the water to boil and then just stir it, make sure it didn't boil over. None of that, no colander mess. Cooked it all in here, added my cheese, added my milk. Absolutely amazing. I love this pressure cooker. And did you know, hey guys, for all of our consultants out there, did you know that you can get this as one of your awards from Tupperware? Put it in the chat if you know what you have to do this month to get this set. I believe for $10. I think Pam will tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's $10. that you can get your very own pressure cooker and the simple spoon. So what an amazing benefit for being a consultant. I am so thankful for Tupperware. It has literally outfitted my kitchen. Everything. I've got my modular mates with my pasta, my spatula. You can see all my utensils back here. I've got my coffee. I'm ready to go for tomorrow in my cold brew carafe. It's just draining a little bit there before I put that in the fridge overnight. I absolutely love all the products in Tupperware. I love that we have been able to travel. We have 2 free cars from Tupperware. I actually still have my G6 hardtop convertible that we earned absolutely free. The title is ours to do with it what we want. I drove for a long time. Our middle son called it when he was like 10. I get to drive that car. And you know what? By the time he was a senior in high school, he in fact did get to drive the G6. His older 2 siblings were not real excited about that, but he did get to drive it, and we still have it to this day. And I have that company car as well. So I'm so blessed to be with this company, and we have literally traveled all over. So if you are here tonight and you are thinking, I could do a little bit in Tupperware, you know what? That's great. Come in and do a little bit, because that's what I did when I started. If you're looking for a lot, you're looking for that full-time career, you're really looking for some serious money, we can help you with that too. And if you want to just be a personal shopper, hey, come on in, outfit your kitchen with Tupperware. Have all this amazing cookware and our premium products where you can do all your cooking in the microwave too. It is just the best decision I ever made, and I never would have dreamt that this would be me. So thank you guys so much for joining us. And Pam, back to you.